morning, good morning. I just spent the last 10 minutes frantically looking around the house for Nola because I could not find her. She's right here. I was so frantic. Oh my God. I think something must have something did fall in that room. I think Olive got on the very top shelf and she knocked stuff over. So I have a feeling that was probably recently and that's what spooked Nola and that's why she's sitting over there. Either way, I'm going to keep an eye on her because that is not normal behavior for her. I want to make sure she's not hurt or sick or something. I don't know what I do know what happened overnight is that I think Olive jumped up there, she knocked that down, and I think she scared Nola because we've taken a little bit, I don't want to say it's a step backwards, but it's not a step forward. She definitely seems to be a lot more wary of Olive. She's hissing at her more than she was yesterday, which it's fine because Olive is still exploring things, and when things like that happen, you know, Nola's telling her, listen, I really don't trust you right now because you pulled that stunt and I'm, wary of you, which is fine. So hopefully Olive has learned not to do that and not to do things like that that will scare Nola. So I wouldn't call it a step backwards because they're not fighting or anything like that. I did hear Nola growl for the first time in a few days, but then again too, it's only been a week and today's a week and a day since they met. So they're doing really, really good. I just try not to let, anything that happens like this worry me too much because it's totally normal, for Olive to still do stuff that she hasn't done before to see, what does it do? What's it like? And so now, she knows that Nola doesn't really trust. Nola is still allowing her to lay close to her on the table. But it's just after she hisses at her and then Olive lays down anyway. So there's no swatting, there's nothing like that, but she definitely, hopefully, Nola's trying to tell her listen, I don't trust you, and Olive's trying to be I'm sorry, please trust me again. I'm sitting here working. It's 2:27. I'm debating if I want to, I've already been looking to see if I can get another Amazon delivery block for after work today. And I am trying, I'm trying to find one, but I'm not trying super, super hard because I'm kind of okay if I get one and kind of okay if I don't. The only thing is that since I just did bought all the tickets and stuff for New York, I've got that on my mind and being I really wanna make that money back. I've already made back $82 of it, but there's a lot more to go. So I'm sitting here trying to work, but also refreshing that because there was one that popped up that it started at 5, but that's right when I end here, and I'm that's too close. I can do one that starts at 5:15. I can make it there. But I couldn't do, there's no way that I could do 5, just because that would be a dangerous game to play, to not pretend, but finish a post early, but not post it until later. So I was actually already there, and then anyway, it's just a little bit of a dangerous game to play. But I think the app is either that or people are genuinely grabbing them up super, super quick, but I'll refresh and then they're gone, but then 2 refreshes later that same block will be back, but then it'll be on for a while. So I don't really know what's going on, but anyway, I'm trying to work, but then also look at that because I'm if I can find one, I'll take it. But if just because it is a day that I'm sitting at home, yes, I'm working, but I'm sitting at home all day, so if I can go out and make some more money, because I'm enjoying doing it so far. So anyway, we'll see. At the same time, part of me is oh, I could play some Disney Dreamlight Valley, and it's unlikely that I would find it, but it's unlikely I would find a block for tomorrow after work because I don't finish until later because I start later. And it's also unlikely that I'll find one for Monday because oftentimes the blocks start at 2 or, even 3:45. And I start work at 5, and I don't want to play that risk of oh, let me just no. So So anyway, I just finished work. I went about 15 minutes over, but the last post I got to write about was about Johnny Depp apparently mentioning that he would potentially be open to returning to Disney, even though in the past he's talked about how he felt, you know, betrayed when they sort of distanced themselves from him in case it came out in court that he was guilty. So anyway, I got to write a post about the fact that he's actually said that he would be willing to return to Disney. So that was fun, and I enjoyed kind of going into a little bit of a deep dive with that, because anything that's like film related, I really enjoy when they assign that to me. But I didn't even clock until just now when one of the, oh my gosh, I just got a text from my neighbor that says, I made carrot cake, would you like a piece? Yes. I saw her walking over to my other neighbor's house with something, and I'm not gonna lie, I clocked it and I was like, that looks like food. I want food. So now I get a slice of carrot cake. Ha ha ha. Anyway, but, so I didn't realize though, I was the only writer on today. We had both editors on, and then we had our social media person / sort of writer. I don't actually fully know what she is. She was on for her normal half day, but it was just me. And so, because one of the editors was like, thank you for everything today. And I was like, yeah, no, thank you guys. I was like, it was just a normal day. And then I was like, no, it wasn't. It was just me writing. They were writing their own stuff too, but like they're writing and editing. So look at the carrot cake. I'm going to try it right now. She was like, I was afraid to give it to Jordan because she was telling the neighbor. She was like, because she works at a bakery. And I was like, oh, no. I was like, please give me all the food. I would love to try all the food. Especially, we don't have carrot cake at the bakery. We can make it, but it's not a normal one. It's very good. She made it with, like, nuts and raisins in it, which is normal for carrot cake. So, but it's so good, like, the texture doesn't bother me. Also, I did not find an Amazon Flex thing. So, we are home for the evening. However, I've been debating more and more about getting one of the Regal Unlimited passes. It's like $21.99 for the theater that's near me, because you pay it monthly. So like if there was a month or two that like there weren't many films coming out, I could always cancel it for those months. But like right now, I was looking at what's in the theaters, and I was like, there's like 5 or 6 like other ones that I'd like to go see. And I forget how much fun it is to go out to the theater. And then when we went for No Hard Feelings, I was like, this is fun. Like, I like this because it feels like an adventure. You're not just sitting watching a movie in your house. So I might get one. Okay. Well, change in plans, which is fine. There were some Amazon Flex shifts that opened up. There's a 2.5 hour one that's from like 7:15 to 9:15. So I pays $45. So I said, you know what? I'll take it. Because that's the shortest block that I've done so far. And for $45, I'll take it. That means I'll have made 82 yesterday and 45 today, which is already over. You know, I'm working my way back to earning back what I've spent for the New York trip, or am spending for the New York trip. But I wanted to play a little bit of my video game, so I have like 30-ish minutes, 35 before I need to leave to head there. So I'm playing a little bit of my game. Not too much, but playing a very, very little bit of my game. And then I'm going to change the pants that I'm wearing and then get ready to go. Good news. 1, I only have 14 packages to deliver, so super quick, super easy. I think actually 13, actually. Number 2, this is working well. And I'm very glad I put a granola bar in my bag, because I don't know what it is, but I like leave the house to deliver and I'm hungry, even though I was not hungry before I left. So lovely. Anyway, first location, I'm driving like 15 minutes towards it. I have to get on the highway for it. So yeah, it is 7-Eleven. So it's before my block even technically started, because I'm able to go there 15 minutes early. And yeah, so yay, let's do this. These gated communities are absolutely ridiculous. I'm having to like completely go around, because this one gated community, they're like, oh, sorry, all of our scanners aren't working. You have to go to this entrance. And so I've got that in Waze. The Amazon Flex app is yelling at me, telling me I'm going the wrong way. And I'm like, I can't go the way you're telling me to go. It is 9:17. I just made it home. I finished at like 8:54. I was like 25 minutes away from home. This one took a little bit longer because of what I said, that one that was like the private community that I could only go to one of their entrances, which of course I had to put that in separately because the Amazon app didn't know that. But not only that, each of these locations from each other, first of all, I was over where my friend Hannah grew up, which that was kind of funny. I literally went in the neighborhood that she grew up in, so that was crazy. Or one of the the one that I remember. I remember the house that she was in there. I went into that neighborhood, so that was crazy. But they all were like at least 7 minutes away from each other, most of them, and then a handful, probably half of them were like 10 minutes away from each other. So 2.5 hours was actually pretty accurate for that one. It probably would have been closer to 2 had I not, I mean, already it was close to 2, but had I not had the whole thing happen with the one that, you know, I know, hi. Also, they seem to be doing better. They just touched noses. So I think Nola has forgiven her for whatever craziness happened, whatever craziness she did. Anyway, I need to have dinner. I have eaten like crap all day. I've eaten terribly all day. Also, I hid the rest of the carrot cake up there because Olive can jump on the counters and it would not be good for her to have. So I need to have something semi sort of healthy, and then I need to go to bed at a decent time because I have church tomorrow morning. Have I talked about yet how happy I am that I finally made the decision and that Olive is home? Have I said that? I know I've updated you on them, but I don't know if I really said how. I can't believe it was just Nola and I in this house for like a year. Like she fits in so well. Like I totally understand now. Cause for so long I was so afraid that I was like, you know, Nola's my girl. Like I love her with all of my heart. Like I'm just so afraid that I wouldn't be able to love another cat as much as her, and that wouldn't be fair to her. And my mom was like, well, your heart just kind of grows to like accommodate both of them. And gosh, if that's not true, but it's one of those that like, I had to really wait until like I was ready, I think. That's what was holding me back. But like, she's home and they'll both be home for forever, for as long as their lives are. Oh, it makes me so happy. To bed. Miss Olive says goodnight too. I gotta fill up the water thing again. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. All my social media is in the description. Love you all. Bye.